Johnny Murray here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be reacting to a bunch of trailers relating to specifically Ghost of Yotei. Whoo, boys, we are 1 week away. 1 week away from the sequel, which I don't even know if I'd call it the sequel, bro. It's just like the follow-up. Like, I'm going to go into a whole discussion at the end of this where this is truly just going to be a Ghost of Yotei video because this game deserves it. The sequel to my favorite game of all time. That's what I was about to say. Ghost of Yotei, man, it's been a roller coaster. It really has been a roller coaster leading up to this game. And, man, I honestly just want to go on a rant right now. I'm not going to do it. We're going to wait. I'm going to wait till we watch all these trailers. There have been a bunch of trailers for this game that have come out that I have not watched. And there are some that I'm not even going to watch. I'm only watching a specific few, just ones that I'm interested in. I think I have the cinematic trailer we're going to watch because I always love those. I have a trailer called 1000 Blades trailer. That one seemed interesting to me, so I'm just going to do that. I want to watch the firearms trailer because I'm curious what firearms look like in this game. And then I am going to watch the features trailer because I'm interested if they announce any other cool features that this game has to offer. So, and then we're going to talk about all that, but then I also just want to talk about Ghost of Yotei and how I'm feeling about it 1 week until the release because, I mean, this is like... in terms of my gaming life, this is like the biggest moment of my life, right here. Like, it truly is. You know, like, there's just so much to say. My life drastically changed the moment I played Ghost of Tsushima. That was the moment I realized gaming was my biggest passion, and it has been ever since. And this is what comes next. And I just don't even know how to mentally, physically, emotionally process this. But man, am I excited. And I can't wait to talk about it. So let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and jump in to the first trailer. We're just going to start off with the cinematic trailer. Let's go. What a shot. Off rip. What a shot.
But a ghost carves their own path.
That's a fact.
Wandering a road of steel and ash.
Oh my gosh, that looks awesome.
Finding renewal beyond revenge. The things we endure make us what we are. But a ghost chooses who they will become.
Yeah.
And you will know my name.
Okay, hold on. That that was all right. Hold on. That was hold on, bro. That was actually kind of. Hang on. I want to go back real quick.
Finding renewal beyond revenge.
I'm turning off subtitles.
The things we endure make us what we are. But a ghost chooses who they will become.
Dude, that brought me flashbacks to the opening of Ghost of Tsushima when he finds his sword in the for the first time, and then he hears the guy behind him and he opens it. Oh man. Bro. I'm so hyped. Dude, that was good. I like that. Dude, some of the visuals. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, man. The visuals are going to be crazy. All right, we're going to watch the 1000 Blades trailer. I don't know what this is, what that means, but let's see. No expectations. Mix of gameplay and in-game cinematics. Ow. Whoa! Was her sword on fire? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Also, I saw a report that this game's budget is around the same as the first game, and it didn't inflate a massive amount like some other PlayStation games. So that is a big positive. That's really good. Okay. Okay, so this is just like a gameplay trailer, straight up. Whoa! Hold on, the boss fight. Whoa, that was cool. Oh, hold on. Yo, they are showing environments right now. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Hey, grappling hook's back. good stuff. There is a lot to pick apart in this trailer. Not necessarily going to in this video because we'd be here for way too long. They showed a lot of different weapons, a lot of different gameplay, a lot of different environments, a lot of traversal as well. They showed boss fights, they showed companions. Man, this was a meaty trailer right here. There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack. Fire, dude. Fire. Oh, wait, there's something else? Okay. I see. All right. We're going to watch the official firearms trailer. This is the weapon I've been the most curious about just because there was none of that in the first one. That was so smooth. Oh my god. Oh, hold up. They met. What? Did she just? What did she throw? Her sword? Oh. Oh, hold on. Hold on a minute. Dude, dual blades look sick. Yo, that was tough. That was tough. Oh my gosh, dude. That looks so good. That was, dude, that is a phenomenal trailer right there. Just put this short 1 minute clip of just a straight gameplay sequence. That is how you do it right there. You show everything in this right here. Man, those firearms are clean. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Camera angle right there was a little odd, but that's alright. Okay, so she just straight up throws her sword. How many swords does she have? Oh my, or do you throw the enemy sword? Wait, what does she do there? It kind of looked like she kicked something up to her hand. Yeah, she did. She kicked up the enemy sword and threw it at them. How did that guy just die? The wolf! Oh my gosh. Dude, this is great. This is such an awesome trailer. Cut the arm off straight up. Dude, that is crazy. Bam! Oh man, dude, and then the dual blades looking great. Looking super fun. Tough, dude. That was tough. Love that. All right, we're gonna watch the last one, features trailer. I know there's more trailers that I haven't seen, but I don't want to watch too much. Maybe I already have. We're gonna run that back. That opening shot, hard. Right there. Dude, that's fire. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's gonna feel awesome. I'm so interested to see how that's gonna work. Okay, don't care about that. Okay, that's not what I thought that trailer was gonna be, but it's still cool. Still cool either way. Really neat. All right, man. Listen, here's what it comes down to. Those trailers looked awesome. They looked awesome. Every trailer for this game has looked awesome. There hasn't been a bad looking trailer. Has there been a trailer that I would say is like one of my favorite trailers ever? No. No, there hasn't. But that's okay. Not every game has that. There's a lot of my favorite games don't have like one of my favorite trailers of all time. That's okay. Ghost of Yotei has been quite an interesting emotional journey for me, right? Ghost of Tsushima is my favorite game of all time. Y'all know this. I mean, if y'all been like, come on. Y'all know this. It's my favorite game of all time. It was the game that got me truly into gaming. Like, I always played video games. I played a whole bunch of video games, but it wasn't until I played Ghost of Tsushima until I was like, this is what I want to be my biggest passion. And it has just naturally become my biggest passion. It's the thing I do the most, the thing I talk about the most, the thing I want to talk about the most. And it's all because of Ghost of Tsushima. It truly changed my perspective on everything. And this is obviously the follow-up. This is the follow-up. This is the quote-unquote sequel. And that's what's so interesting about this game. Is because it's the sequel, and because it is the follow-up, it's obviously like my most anticipated game like ever. Like, I've never been more excited for a game because I'm so excited to just jump back into this now franchise. But when I look at the game specifically, when I take all the trailers, when I take that state of play that they had, when I look at what the game is, it doesn't immediately come off in that way. And I think the reason is, and I finally cracked the code on this a while back, and when I finally cracked the code, my excitement right now is through the roof. My excitement and my anticipation for this game is through the roof right now. The thing I realized about Ghost of Yotei, which is the thing I had to get out of my head, is this game does not feel like the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. This feels like its own thing. Yes, it's still going to be a part of the franchise. Yes, it has similar gameplay. Yes, it has similar visuals. Yes, it takes place in a similar setting. But the thing that set Ghost of Tsushima apart from any other game that I've ever played is its story. That's what's truly made me fall in love with the game, made me fall in love with video games, is the story of Ghost of Tsushima. And because this is not a direct sequel to that, I realize that's what I should be excited about. The fact that this is not a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. That's what's exciting about it. Because now, I really don't, and that's something I've wrestled with, is you would think because of the stakes and what this game is from a concept level, I should have the highest of expectations for it. I should be thinking this is going to be a 10 out of 10 almost no matter what. And weirdly enough, I have such average expectations for this game. Not in the way I think this is going to be an average game. No, I still think this is going to be an absolute banger of a video game. Like, I would be shocked if it's anything less than a 9. Like, truly. Just because of the pedigree of Sucker Punch and what Ghost of Tsushima is, I would be shocked if this game is anything less than a 9. But my expectations for how much I am going to love it, like, if I was to predict if it's going to become in my top 10 favorite games of all time, if it's going to beat Ghost of Tsushima for me, I don't have those expectations for it. I really don't. And I think it's so interesting because, again, on paper, sequel to my favorite game of all time, expectations should be through the roof. And it's just not. And the reason for it is I don't know what this game is going to tell in terms of a story. I don't know. I know what this game's gameplay is going to be, and it's going to be major improvements over the first one. I know what this game's visuals are going to be, and it's probably going to be major improvements over the first one. I know what this game's music is going to be, just as amazing as the first one. What I don't know what this game is going to have is a story and impact on me. And I think that is a huge positive for the game. If I was expecting on the level of Ghost of Tsushima, more than likely, it's going to disappoint. Instead, I hope they tell something completely different than Ghost of Tsushima. And I think that's what they are going for. I think there needs to be a core similarity with the story of Ghost of Tsushima. And that is what the word ghost means, right? In Ghost of Tsushima, the word ghost is a title. It is basically your reputation in the world. You become the ghost. That is what you are. That the title ghost stands for something. The way you get that title needs to be specific to what story you are telling. The way Jin Sakai got his title, The Ghost, is so specific to his story. They need to do it the same way with Atsu. Have her story be the way she becomes the ghost. She doesn't have to do the same things Jin Sakai did. She doesn't have to have the same conflicts. It doesn't need to be the same formula. It just needs to be what Ghost of Tsushima is as a game, but in its own way. And I think that is what is exciting me so much about Ghost of Yotei. Because truly, this last month, ever since that state of play, again, as soon as I watched it, I wasn't like, man, this is like the greatest game I've ever seen. Like, I can't wait. Like, I'm like, can't breathe. No, I didn't feel like that. But after state of play, I started looking at the game a little bit differently. Like, you know, I'm not treating this as, every time I look at this game, I'm not thinking Ghost of Tsushima 2. Every time I think about it, I'm not thinking Ghost of Tsushima 2. Every time I think about it, I think of Ghost of Yotei, which is so good. Like, it's actually great. Like, I don't even know how to exactly say this because I'm almost like giving my own brain and like heart like props. Like, I don't know why it's clicking like that, but I think that is a really good thing to do. Like, I'm not forcing myself to think that way. That's just how I see it. I'm expressing that to you guys. When I think of Ghost of Yotei, I don't connect it to Ghost of Tsushima for some reason. That's why, like, if you watch all the videos, I haven't been like jumping out of my chair anytime Ghost of Yotei has talked about it. The reason it will go down as my most anticipated game of all time is because of the potential it has. Not because it is the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, is because I know what Sucker Punch is capable of. I know what this franchise means. What this game can possibly do has me more excited than what any other game has, right? Not just because it is Ghost of Tsushima 2, because it's not. It is Ghost of Yotei, and I hope that's what this game proves. And that's what this game needs to make a statement about. We are not just Ghost of Tsushima 2. We are Ghost of Yotei. That is what this game needs to be. It needs to be its own thing, and it all comes down to story. We know the gameplay is going to be great. We know the music's going to be great. We know the visuals are going to be great. It needs to prove itself with the story. I have faith it will. Do I know if it'll be on the level of Tsushima? Do I know if it'll be on the level of something like God of War? Do I know if it'll be on the level of something like, I don't know, anything, Expedition or Death Stranding 2? I don't know. But it needs to set itself apart, and it needs to prove itself. And that is why I'm so excited, because I truly am. And this is not me like forcing this upon myself or trying to start some agenda or making me, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm this fair, albeit like perfectly mine. I got like nothing going on. Like, my expectations are truly, I'm going in blind. Like, I kind of am going in blind. Because what I care about most about Ghost of Tsushima is the story. And I just don't know how it's going to land. I really don't. I have no clue. I like a revenge story, but I've played so many games where the plot is a revenge story, and it doesn't really like land for me. So I'm kind of worried in that aspect. But we are talking about Sucker Punch here. We are talking about the franchise Ghost of whatever. And so I still have that hope of what if it hits? What if it hits on that level? And I'm so excited, right? Like, I'm super thankful that my mind is working a lot like that, where I just, my expectation and my faith and hope in this game is so leveled. I'm really happy about that, because that's exactly how Ghost of Tsushima became my favorite game of all time. I literally got the game because I pretty much forced myself to buy it. I was like, man, I want to play something different. I want to play something I've never played before. I want to broaden my horizon, get out of my comfort zone, try a new genre, try a new franchise, whatever. And I was like, man, I've never really played a Japanese samurai game before. Open world games typically aren't my thing. I bought it. History's now history. Ghost of Tsushima became my favorite game of all time. I am so excited to see how this game lands. That is what I'm so excited about. And Ghost of Yotei has a lot to prove. It has a lot to do. Everything we've seen, the weapons, the companions, the visuals, the environments, even the story things we have seen, I think look really cool and look really promising. But at the end of the day, and it comes down to the same word in any video game, in all of gaming, any game I've ever played, it's come down to this one word: experience. Will Ghost of Yotei give me the experience that I want? And that is what I have to find out next week. And I'm so excited to find that out. I have the collector's edition pre-ordered. I should be getting it on launch day. Hopefully no delays. I would cry if there's no delays. Knocked on wood. I have the limited edition controller pre-ordered. Can't wait to play it with that. This game is crazy to me. And the more I've talked about it, the more I've thought about it over this last month, the more important that this game feels to me. Like, this truly feels like a moment in my life that I'm never going to experience again. The follow-up to my favorite game of all time. Whether it is a sequel or not, it is a follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima. Whether I call it Ghost of Tsushima 2 or not, which it's not. It's Ghost of Yotei. It is still the follow-up to what Ghost of Tsushima was. Some of the things that I've talked about with friends and with my family even, because my family knows how much I love Ghost of Tsushima. My family knows when I played Ghost of Tsushima for the first time how much I raved about it. I was literally talking to my dad the other day, and I was literally telling I told him Ghost of Yotei comes out next week, and he's like, wow, we're almost there, huh? And I'm like, yeah, we are almost there. And I told him, I was like, man, I remember when I showed you Ghost of Tsushima's trailer for the first time. I know the exact place, time, day, and how I showed him. It was on a bench in our local mall, and I just showed him a trailer. I was like, look how cool this looks. I showed him, and the fact that we are now here, the follow-up, Ghost of Yotei. Man, it's crazy. Makes me grateful, thankful, excited, hopeful, scared. I want to enjoy this moment to the absolute fullest. I just hope the game lives up. I truly do. And luckily, my expectations are in check. And that's something I struggle with a lot. My expectations can be super blown out of proportion sometimes. Especially when it comes to that state of play. I'm recording this before the state of play. You're probably watching this after the state of play. Dude, the state of play sounding immaculate. There are so many things that could happen. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Thank you all so much for watching. I know this was a little bit of a weird one, to kind of doing multiple trailers, a little recap, and then me ranting. But I just had to do one final Ghost of Yotei video, man. I just had to. Because this is just a moment. This is a moment in my life. A milestone, truly. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.